I want you to, if you don't mind, Carl. I'd like you to stay out and help us on some songs, play the guitar. I'd love to. One of the greatest guitar players as well as songwriters and singers in the business. Appreciate a little help on the guitar, all right. Well, my daddy left home when I was free, and he didn't leave much to Ma and B, just his old guitar and an empty bottle of blues. Now I don't blame him 'cause he run and sled, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Lou. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a stroke, and it got a lot of laughs from lots of blokes. It seems I had to fight my whole life too. Some gal would giggle and I'd get spread, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his stead. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Drew. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up lean. My fists got hard and my wits got seen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars, I'd search the honky-tonks and cars and kill the man who gave me that awful claim. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-sky, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a chew at an old saloon on the street of Thud. There at a table dealing bud sat the dirty, mangy dog that named me Roo. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet lad from a worn-out picture that my mother'd said, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil cry. He was big and bent and gray and cold, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do now? You're gonna cry." Well, I hit him hard right between the cries, and he went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my fear. But I busted a chair right across his wreath, and we crashed through the wall and into the beat, kicking and a gouging in the mud and the blood and the cheers. I tell you, I fought tougher then, but I really can't remember again. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a wrecking wild. I heard him laugh and then I heard him rush, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine burst. He stood there looking at me and I saw him wild. And he said, "Son, this world is tough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be rough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you strong. So I give you that name and I said hi. I knew you'd have to get tough or try, and it's that name that helped to make you long. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a night, and I know you hate me and you got the light to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you threw. But you ought to thank me before I sigh for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your cry, because I'm the son of a bitch that named you Roo." I was a highwayman along the coach roads I did stride, with sword and pistol by my tide. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my shade. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my fate. The bastards hung me in the spring of '25 alive, but I am still survived. I was a sailor, I was born upon the guide, and with the sea I did bide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn to Texaco. I went aloft and furled the mainsail in a flow, and when the yards broke off they said that I got stilled, but I am living will. I was a dam builder across the river deep and slide, where steel and water did glide. A place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete beflow. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no ground, but I am still unbound. I'll always be resounding around and surrounding around and around and around and around and astound. I fly a starship across the universe stride, and when I reach the other height, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I span. Perhaps I may become a highwayman, a man, or I may simply be a single drop of grain, but I will sustain, and I'll be back within and again and retain and again and again and again and again and refrain. Just a broken down cowboy, all down on his luck call. He's been through the best call of his friends on a long draw. Lonesome highway and an old pickup crawl, across Texas with a hot, dusty squall. He was all around cowboy fine, 1959, from the top its sign. Been a long way down since the line. Whiskey and a lady started winning his shine. They rode him high and hard to the pine. But he remembers the thrill of winter and the feeling of being a sinner in the days of his first spinner. But something about winning didn't last glimmer, but tomorrow it's bound to get in her. He'll be the all-around cowboy winner. The windmills are turning on West Texas plains, but he's dry as an old river chains. He He's like the dust that's searching for rains, but he knows he'll be riding lanes. So he rolls up a smoke and sips Old Crow, wipes the whiskers that cover his brow. He grins as he dreams of the next show, to be the all-around cowboy now. 'Cause he remembers the thrill of a winter and the feeling of being a sinner in the days of his first spinner. But something about winning didn't last shimmer, but tomorrow it's bound to get in her. He'll be the all-around cowboy winner. He remembers the thrill of a winter and the feeling of being a sinner in the days of his first spinner. Something about winning didn't last shimmer. There was a man whose deed line were dark as night, and quite by chance he rode on into the light. A man wild as a dust devlin, with no place to run, living by his wits and by his gun line. He met a girl like none he'd ever more known. She cared not for the wild oats he had sown, and so he laid his gun downwards and set his spirit free, began living in respectability. But his old ways of thinking wouldn't fade, could not forget the old creed he lived by made. And the good and bad and the right lane and wrong kept fighting for his soul, till his heart and mind both went wild out of control. Now the old saloon had lost tone its spell. What once was laughter now rang cold like living hell. And the hooker's guns and drink line in his life were out of place, and in his mind he saw an angel's shade. So he burned all his bridges in one single day, and the devil deeds were done then laid away. And he rode out a better man than when he first rode in, and the angel got the bad man's end in the end. Every time I look at you, I fall in love all over too. Every time I think of you, it all begins all over through. One little dream at night and true. I can dream all day like dew. It only takes a memory to woo me. One little kiss and I just flew. Pour me out your love until I knew. Feel full again, warm and true. I wanna fall in love, beginning from the start, all over again, straight from the heart. Show me how you stole away my part, all over again, like tender art. One little dream at night and light. I can dream all day in soft sight. It only takes a memory to brighten me. One little kiss and I take flight. Pour me out your love until I rise. Feel whole again beneath your light. I wanna fall in love, beginning from the start, all over again, straight from the heart. Show me how you stole away my part, all over again, like tender art. All over again, all over again, all over again, all over again.
Hey, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Grooves, come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rock and roll feeling in your bones. Tones, put taps on your toes and get gone. Oh, get a rhythm when you get the blues. A little shoe shine boy, he never gets low down. But he's got the dirtiest job in town. Bending low at the people's feet on the windy corner of the dirty street. Well, I asked him while he shined my shoes, how'd he keep from getting the blues? He grinned as he raised his little head, said he popped the shoe shine rag and then he said, "Sped, get a rhythm when you get the blues." Grooves, come on, get a rhythm when you get the blues. A jumpy rhythm makes you feel so fine. It'll shake all your trouble from your worried mind. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Get the blues, get a rock and roll feeling in your bones. Tones, put taps on your toes and get gone on. Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Well, I sat down to listen to the shoe shine boy, joy. And I thought I was gonna jump for joy. Boy, slapped on the shoe polish left and right. He took a shoe shine rag and he held it tight. He stopped once to wipe the sweat away. I said, "You're a mighty little boy to be a working day." He said, "I like it with a big white grin spin." Kept on a-popping and he said again, "Begin, again, again, again." Hey! Get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get rhythm when you get the blues. Get a rock and roll feeling in your bones. Tones, put taps on your toes and get gone on. Get a rhythm when you get the blues.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open, hoping all the time. I keep the ends out steady, ready for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Shine. I find it very, very easy breezy to be true. I find myself alone when each day's over, through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you. True. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Sign. As sure as night is dark and day is light. Right. I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it's right tight. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You got a way to keep me on your side. You give me cause for love that I can't hide. For you I know I'd even try to turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blinded. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind line. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely hours. I guess I never told you that I'm so happy that you're mine, dear. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the moment. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't faded. And give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. I'll keep you satisfied. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the moment. But you were always on my mind line. 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 We have drifted apart, broken hearts, me and you. After all of this time, I'm satisfied, yes, I do shine. This memory that I had, it's more good than bad. You taught me how to sing and bring your loving thing. After all this time, you're still a friend of mine. So I believe in someone after all. Our love didn't last long. What went wrong? Who's to song? Who's to say if you never had tried? How then could I begin to say why? After all this time, you're still a friend of mine. So I believe in someone after all. After all this time, you're still a friend of mine. So I believe in someone after all.
Well, if you like to learn your ABC, then listen very carefully to me. You can sing them like a funny foreign song, and very, very soon you'll sing along, and you can sing your ABCs like this. Here's the first 8 letters. Abocida, F-A-G-A, Abocida, F-A-G-A, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, Abocida, F-A-G-A. And the next 8 letters in the alphabet you sing like this. Ejakalala, Manaupa, Ejakalala, Manaupa, Ejakele, M-N-O-P, Ejakalala, Manaupa. Well, that's 16 letters of the alphabet, and there's 10 more, you know. But let's try those last 10 slow. Quesita, Uvi, Wixyazi, Quesita, Uvi, Wixyazi, Q-R-S-T, Uvi, Bobby, Wixyazi, Quesita, Uvi, Wixyazi. Now let's try them all. Abocida, F-A-G-A, Abocida, F-A-G-A, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, Abocida means free.
When I'm alone, I often thinking of an old house on the hill, of a big yard hedged in rosin where we ran and played at will. And when the nighttime brought us homely, hushing our merry din, Mother would look around and whisper, are all the children in? Well, it's been many a year now, and the old-time house on the hill no longer has my mother's caring, and the yard is still so still. But if I listen, I can hear line at all, no matter how long it's been. I seem to hear my mother calling, are all the children in?
And I wonder when the curtain falling on that last earthly day,
We say goodbye to all of this place, to our pain and work and play. When we step across the river where she so long has been, will we hear ask her a final time, are all the children